Panagdait sa tanan, I'm the reporter of the topic Personal Management. Personal management concerned with obtaining, organizing, utilizing, and motivating the human resources required by an organization. It develops requisite organization, climate, and management styles to promote effective effort of cooperation and trust among all employees. This also helps the organization to meet its legal obligations and social responsibilities. To sum up, the personal management aims at getting effective results by organizing and directing the cooperative efforts of human beings. The objectives. Important objectives of the personal management are following. Number 1, to make an effective contribution to the achievements of the organization and to the fulfillment of its social responsibilities. Number 2, to design and develop an effective organization which will respond appropriately to change. Number 3, to ensure that the activities required to achieve objectives are properly catered for. Number 4, to group the activities logically together. Number 5, to achieve effective integration of the activities. Number 6, to ensure that the people in the organization understand and accept their responsibilities. Number 7, to ensure that the organization climate and management style is conducive to enthusiasm, cooperation, and trust. Number 8, to obtain and develop the human resources required by an organization and to use them motivate them effectively. Number 9, to ensure that the quality and the quantity of manpower is available to meet short and long-term needs. Number 10, to train and develop manpower to achieve maximum effectiveness. 11, to make the best use of the skills and capacities of employees. 12, to provide the optimum amount of responsibility, challenge, and opportunity in work. For 13, to design and implement effective reward and incentive systems. 14, to integrate and balance individual needs with those of the organization. Number 15, to create and maintain a cooperative climate of relationships with our organization. 16, to develop systems and procedures with all ensure the employees are treated fairly and equitable. 17, to encourage more active and productive participation at all levels. 18, to enable better two-way communications. 19, to meet the organization's social and legal responsibilities. And the last one, number 20, to provide an ample scope for self-development and job satisfaction of the organization. 21, to provide good, healthy, and safe working conditions. Number 22, to provide equal opportunity for employment and promotion. 23, to provide a reasonable degree of security and continuity of employment. 24, to reward employees in accordance with their contribution. 25, to meet the spirit as well as the letter of the legal obligations of organization. The purposes. As a result of various activities of the personal management. A, organization develops and maintains its effective. B, the organization obtains, develops, and retains the quantity and quality of staff for its present and future needs. C, the best use in made of staff and maximum degree of effective effort is obtained from them. D, constructive and harmonious relationships are established and maintained with the staff which will encourage the highest degree of cooperation from them. E, staff are provided with a maximum scope to use their capacities to and to develop within the organization. F, equal opportunities are provided to potential or existing employees for employment or promotion. G, conditions of employment, employee benefits, and working conditions are established which will help to achieve the objectives set out above. Will also 3 mean that organization meet its all social and legal responsibilities towards its employees. Role of the personnel management. Main role of the personnel management is to provide advice, services, and functional guidance which will enable management to deal effectively with all matters concerning the employment of people and the relationships between the management of the organization, the people, and the employees. Its overall aim is to make an effective contribution to the achievement of the objectives of the organization and to the fulfillment of its social and legal responsibilities. The particular aim is to ensure the personal objectives of organization are achieved and the performance of personal function is judged on the extent to which these objectives are met. Personal function is a very critical subsystem of enterprise management. Through planned acquisition, organization, and motivation of human resources, it assists the management in efficiently achieving organizational goals and objectives. It provides a systematic opportunity to the organization in critically assessing and optimizing human contributions toward organizational effectiveness. Effectiveness parameters. Effectiveness of personnel department depends on the following 5 factors. A. Support of top management. B. Organic linkage with the other systems of the organization. C. Quality of cooperation from line managers. D. Attitudes and insights of departmental functionaries. And E. Formulation and effective implementation of policies, systems, and procedures. Police personnel context. Formulation of personnel policies for police should depend on the following specific context of police functional environs. Number 1. Unity of command, centralized authority, rigid hierarchical structure, one-way communication, impersonality, unquestioned compliance of orders and instructions are some of significant features of police organization. Police, however, in a democratic setup can neither adopt a ways and 5 means of defense forces, nor have the sources, intentional machinery, and infrastructure of civil organization. Number 2, in the absence of institutionalized systems and procedures and because of heavy preoccupations with operational duties and management of civil crises from time to time, the staff matters do not receive adequate time and attention they deserve and eventually get punished into a background. The existing personnel policies in the police are generally antiquated, ad hoc, and sketchy, and do not do justice to the current and emerging needs of police personnel. 3. Anyone familiar with the working of the police system in the country will readily concede that personnel management in police organization lacks long-range planning, scientific exactitude, and necessary infrastructure. The situation looks much grimmer when comparisons are made between the police and their premier organization. 4. We cannot run away from the reality that any neglect, activism, and non-institutionalized approach toward the legitimate operations and expectations of the police personnel for a better quality of life will have very grave implications for employee morale, efficiency, and the credibility of the force. Rationale for personnel department in police. Number 1. While work and social pressure on the police personnel since independence have registered a quantum jump in quantitative and qualitative terms due to growth in the population, mass education, socioeconomic legislations, industrializations, and planned economic development, etc., the size of the force, infrastructural facilities, and management systems and procedures have lagged behind. Police officers and staff have to therefore discharge their duties under the severe stress and proverbial constraints of human and financial resources. Number 2, any further neglect of the needs and aspirations of the personnel is bound to adverse impact on the morale of individual, staff, and officers, and effectiveness and credibility of the whole police system. Police administrators should initiate certain policy measures to cope with the present situation and take proactive steps to qualitative improvement the working life of the police personnel. Perspectives on police personnel management. Number 1 is a service organization like a police. Proper utilization of human resource in the most important prerequisite for achieving the objectives. The need for the formulation of uniform and purposeful policies of selection, training, career, planning, etc. has been recognized, but a little attention has been paid to the plan, growth, development, and better utilization of the police personnel, which constitute the most important resource of the department. Neglect of these vital aspects has been mainly due to the fact of the personnel management has been left in the hands of individual unit commanders who are unable to spare either the time of that or the attention that is required, nor is the effective agency of the state of police level to look after this significant aspect of police working. 2. Great volume of work relating of recruitment, training, placement, promotion, transfer, welfare, retirement, etc. of large bodies of the policemen continues to be attended to by small staff units working under Deputy Inspector General of Police or an Assistant Inspector General of Police with the help of a few critical staff in the state headquarters by a superintendents of police commandants at the district battalion levels. 3. Recruitment procedures and stipulated qualifications are not reviewed on regular intervals. If the right type of person are to be selected in order to make a force and more useful service organization, the task of selection of various posts needs to entrusted to the specialized agency within the force. 4. Training of the selected personnel of the vital importance. There is a great need for change in the attitude and outlook of the policemen towards society, and for the development of the new methods and techniques in dealing with police problems. There is also need to reorient and remodel training syllabi and methods. In service training, which is the very basic of higher level of performance, is conspicuous by its absence in many states. Functions of Police Personnel Wing. The function of Department of Personnel primarily concerns the manpower management. Manpower management is concerned with the maximum utilization of human resources to help attain the organizational objectives. It's thus so by ensuring that the required manpower is available when needed and that is used effectively. Manpower management includes the following personnel functions. Number 1, recruitment, career planning, promotion, performance appraisal, discipline, grievances, welfare, policy and research. Recruitment. The vital importance of the sound and far-sighted recruitment policy need to be overemphasized. The absence of a definite recruitment policy leaves to the wide and gap between actual job requirements and the enlisted staff. It is therefore necessary to determine the job requirements first. For example, it has to be decided as to what type of work a constable or sub-inspector or an assistant superintendent of police is required to do at present and may be required to do in the future. Once the requirements are defined, the next task is to select required number of the right type of persons. Her long-term planning becomes imperative, as the induction of many persons at the one stage will result in the denial of promotion and employment opportunities to a large number of persons in subsequent years. It's more so in the police forces, in which people are inducted at higher levels simultaneously. This phenomenon is too well known to those who are familiar with the working of the police forces, in the which only 20 to 30% of constables can ever hope to go even one stage up. The proper balance therefore has to be worked out between recruitment at higher levels and promotion opportunities. Training. The next important function of the Department of Personnel will be training. Programs are said to be as good or as bad as personnel management, and as there is no link up at present between recruitment and training on the one hand and training placement of the other, the benefits of training are often lost. This link up can be affected only by a Department of Personnel, which has the potential to formulate the various policies concerning the personnel right from the time of recruitment. Higher level of performance needs carefully planned training at all levels, and service training and training program for training staff are some of the methods to achieve this. Career planning. Number 1, an important function of Department of Personnel is career planning. It's a scientific system which enables the organization to meet its current and projected manpower needs through optimum development and utilization of employees' skills and potential. Proper career planning is impossible in present system, which does not provide for collection and processing of biodata and performance data of the personnel and making recommendations on the basis of these fundamental inputs. 2. As a result, placement, posting, and transfers are made on the hoc basis. It will therefore be necessary to identify job requirements, advise on the qualifications required for each post, and prepare panels for selection, hunt constantly for talent, selected persons for specialized training. Promotion. Plan promotion policies lower the morale of the force. The Department of the Personnel has to formulate promotion policies for various categories on the basis of studies made of the various promotion channels, possible fluctuations in the rate of promotion, optimum ratio of promotions to rate recruitment, etc. Performance appraisal. A proper personnel appraisal system is vital for career planning and is indispensable in matters of promotion and placement. The police forces in the country lack proper and scientific appraisal systems. The only instrument available now is a confidential reports. An objective appraisal of the personnel can hardly be done on the basis of the existing system. One of the functions of the personnel department will be devise a proper system of performance appraisal and to review the system periodically. In addition, the department will also have to process the performance appraisal reports for career planning, placement, etc. Discipline is another important area which has to come under the purview of the Department of Personnel through the responsibility of initiating and disposing of departmental proceedings will continue to rest with the operational authorities. Processing and reviewing the departmental inquiries will be the function of the Department of Personnel. Grievances. Dealing with the grievances of the staff will one of the major functions of the Department of Personnel, and individual or localized grievances concerning housing, leave, transfer, etc. could be dealt with more effectively and promptly by the staff of the Department of the Personnel at district or units levels. Collective grievances concerning wage structure, working conditions, school and mental facilities, etc. will be dealt with by the Department of Personnel at the state level. The department will also serve as liaisons between the police staff associations and the head of the force. The effectiveness of the Department of Personnel will depend upon in its ability to resolve the grievances of the staff prudently and efficiently. Welfare. Welfare of the force follows closely the functions of grievances redressal. Positive welfare policies will have to involved and implemented. This should cover a host welfare activities like accident relief, canteen and credit societies, and compensation to rehabilitations of handicapped employees, legal and financial assistance, post-retirement employment, vacation holidays, recreation, sports, education, opportunities, travel concessions, and other facilities, medical aid, and the safety and security of personnel are also to be supervised by the Department of Personnel. Policy and research. Number 1, the policy formulation functions of the Department of Personnel covers a variety of subjects, some of which are listed below. A. To formulate overall policies in aspects like recruitment, promotion, moral discipline, career development, and training. To undertake studies of comparative personnel systems are their applicability to the force. C. To consult expert bodies with a view to involving new policies. D. To draft orders, reports, and policy statements as necessary in respect of personnel management. E. To conduct evaluation of policies from time to time. F. To initiate a proposal for the creation of new posts. G. To study and suggest remedial measures for personnel problems referred to the department by operational authorities. H. To keep personnel policies constantly under review. 2. The area of greatest contribution for a Department of Personnel is that of innovating and introducing changes and raising the quality of employee performance of higher levels than before. It means keeping abreast of new developments and introducing new ideas which might contribute to growth. The twin objective of personnel management reforms should be to preserve and strengthen the good points and existing system and simultaneously to find remedies for the prominent shortcomings of old system. 3. Personnel management has to cope with several new problems that are bound to arise as time goes by. Continuous research on the basic aspects of personnel management can, to a certain extent, anticipate problems of future and devise means to deal with them. So, that's all for my topic. Thank you for listening and panagdait sa tanan. And Jhamaica Suan Tagbo, reporter of Personnel Management.